Ganobhavan approved at the meeting of Council of Advisors. Decision also taken to give promotions to deprived officials. Chief Advisor exchanges greetings with representatives of Christian community on the occasion of Christmas, urging all to embrace the message of peace of their respective religions. Bangladesh may urge India if it delays in responding to the letter seeking extradition of Sheikh Hasina, says Foreign Ministry spokesperson. Investigation committee finds widespread irregularities and corruption in information technology sector during fascist Hasina's tenure. About 7,000 crore taka can be saved if initiatives are taken. Tomorrow marks Diamond Jubilee of Bangladesh television and glorious 60th anniversary of the first television broadcast in Bengali language. Audiences expect BTV to move forward with the spirit of July Revolution. Direct train service on Dhaka-Khulna-Dhaka route begins, reducing the distance between Dhaka and Khulna by 231 kilometers. Netanyahu admits to killing Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh as Israeli brutality continues amid ceasefire talks. And Rangpur Division win National Cricket League T20 title, beating Dhaka Metro by 5 wickets. Assalamu alaikum viewers, I am Tanzila Manar Sultan, welcoming you all to News at 10. You have just heard the headlines, then moving on to news in details. The Advisory Council has approved a proposal to set up a July mass upsurge memorial museum at Ganobhavan. The Ministry of Cultural Affairs will implement the proposal. The approval was given at a meeting of the Advisory Council held at the Chief Advisor's office today. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus presided over the meeting. Members of the Advisory Council and secretaries concerned were present at the meeting. The meeting approved the draft of the Cyber Security Ordinance 2024, subject to vetting by the Legislative and Parliamentary Affairs Division. In addition, a proposal to implement the recommendation of the committee formed to remove the deprivation of retired government officials deprived of promotion has been approved. The Ministry of Public Administration and the Finance Division will inform the Cabinet Division and take necessary steps in this regard. After the meeting, Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam briefed the reporters at the Foreign Service Academy. He said that the Advisory Council decided to give retrospective promotions and financial benefits to 764 officials. The Press Secretary said signing of an economic partnership agreement with Korea aimed at diversifying the market of Bangladesh's products was also discussed in the Advisory Council meeting. He said the Cyber Security Ordinance will not affect the freedom of journalists.
বিশেষ সুপারিশ করা হয়েছিল, তো সেই জন্য এর মধ্যে থেকে আমরা বলছি 119 জনকে সচিব পদে, 41 জনকে গ্রেড 1-এ এবং অতিরিক্ত সচিব পদে 528 জন এবং যুগ্ম সচিব পদে 72 জন এবং উপসচিব পদে 4 জন কর্মকর্তাকে ভূতাপক্ষে পদোন্নতি প্রদানের সুপারিশ করেছে। সাইবার সুরক্ষা অধ্যাদেশ 2024-এর খসড়া চূড়ান্ত অনুমোদন। পতিত স্বৈরাচার শেখ হাসিনা এটাকে ইউজ করেছিলেন বাংলাদেশে ডিসেন্টিং ভয়েসগুলোকে মাজল করার জন্য, মুখ বন্ধ করে দেওয়ার জন্য, বা দেশে একটা ভয়ের পরিবেশ, কেউ যেন তার অপিনিয়নকে ফ্রিলি এক্সপ্রেস করতে না পারেন সেইটাকে বন্ধ করার জন্য। তো সেইটাকে চেঞ্জ করে এখন একটা সাইবার সুরক্ষা অধ্যাদেশ, ওইটাকে যেহেতু স্ক্র্যাপ হয়েছে এটা ডিসিশন, সেটার একটা অনুমোদন করা হয়েছে এবং এটার মূল ইস্যু হচ্ছে আমরা সাইবার স্পেসকে সবার জন্য আমরা সেভ করতে চাই। কোরিয়ার সাথে যদি আমরা সত্যিকার অর্থে যে ইপিএ যেটা আমরা করার চেষ্টা করছি সেটা যদি হয়, আপনি জানেন কোরিয়ার যে গ্রোথ, এটা ফেনোমেনাল গ্রোথ। কোরিয়ার এখন যে পার ক্যাপিটা ইনকাম, সুন তারা এমন হতে পারে, কেউ বলছেন যে তারা জাপানকে ছাড়িয়ে যাবে। তো ওদের সাথে যদি আমাদের একটা ইকোনমিক একটা ভালো এগ্রিমেন্ট থাকে পার্টনারশিপের, সেটা যেটা হবে যে আমরা উই ক্যান এক্সপ্লোর, এটা আমাদের জন্য একটা বড় মার্কেট হিসেবে আবির্ভূত হবে। সেইটার আলোকে আজকে ক্যাবিনেটে জানিয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে যে এটা আমরা জাস্ট নেগোসিয়েশনটা লঞ্চ করেছি তাদের সাথে। হোপফুলি এটা খুব দ্রুত এই নেগোসিয়েশনটা কমপ্লিট হলে বাংলাদেশের জন্য একটা বড় একটা মার্কেট ওপেন হবে।
Christmas Day tomorrow, the biggest religious festival of the Christian religion. Jesus Christ, the founder of this religion, was born in Bethlehem on this day. Christians celebrate this day as Merry Christmas. People of the Christian community believe that Lord Jesus came to earth to guide mankind on the path of truth and justice by spreading the glory of the Creator. The Christians of different groups in Bangladesh and elsewhere across the world will celebrate the day amid festivity and religious fervor. They will celebrate the day by offering special prayers, illuminating churches and installing makeshift Christmas trees at homes and places of worship, as well as missions across the country. Elderly people of the community, attired with the outfit of Santa Claus, usually have fun with children and distribute gifts among kids as part of a universal Christian practice. The day is a public holiday. Meanwhile, President Muhammad Shahabuddin and Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus greeted members of the Christian community on the occasion. In separate messages, they wished peace, welfare and prosperity to all citizens, including Christians of the country. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus exchanged greetings with representatives of the Christian community on the occasion of Happy Christmas Day at the State Guest House, Jamuna today. Religious Affairs Advisor Dr. A.F.M. Khalid Hussain conducted the greeting exchange ceremony, while the head of the Catholic Christians of Bangladesh, Archbishop Bijoy N. De Cruz, Chairman of National Christian Fellowship of Bangladesh, Bishop Philip P. Odhikari, President of Bangladesh Christian Association Nirmal Rosario, Secretary General Ignatius Hemond Koraya and President of Bangladesh Christian Mahajot Daniel Nirmal D. Costa spoke among others on the occasion. Christian leaders expressed hope that generosity and communal harmony would develop in Bangladesh under the leadership of Chief Advisor Professor Yunus and assured him of giving optimum cooperation from the Christian community. Archbishop Bijoy N. De Cruz said the doors of new possibilities have opened in Bangladesh due to the student mass uprising. They especially thanked the interim government for donating 2.5 crore taka to the Christian Religious Welfare Trust on the occasion of the Christmas. Christian leaders presented a copy of Bible to the chief advisor. Extending his greetings to the members of the Christmas community, Professor Yunus said he was very pleased to meet with the Christian leaders. We do not want to hear the words minority and majority in this country. We all are one family. We will all live together. This is our dream. Everyone has to come forward to realize this dream, he said. Professor Yunus said if the message of peace of religions can be established in everybody's minds, they will find it in their respective religions too. The chief advisor also cut a cake on the occasion of Christmas Day. Law advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul, industries advisor Adilur Rahman Khan and environment, forest and climate change advisor Sayyeda Rizwana Hassan were present on the occasion. Bangladesh might send a reminder to India if the country delay in replying to the letter seeking deportation of Sheikh Hasina. Foreign Ministry spokesman Mohammad Rafiqul Alam informed this at the weekly media briefing at Foreign Ministry today. He said that the diplomatic letter has already been handed over to India as per extradition agreement to send back former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina for holding her trial on charge of crimes against humanity. The Foreign Office spokesman further said that next step will be taken after getting reply from Indian government.
গতকালকে এই কূটনৈতিক পত্রটা হস্তান্তর করা হয়েছে এবং এখন পর্যন্ত আমাদের জানা মতে সরকারি চ্যানেলে আমরা কোনো উত্তর পাইনি। এই অনুরোধপত্র পুরো প্রক্রিয়ার একটা অংশ। চুক্তি মতে এটা ডিপ্লোম্যাটিক চ্যানেলে রিকোয়েস্টটা করতে হবে।
The inaugural journey of the Jahanabad Express started from Khulna railway station at 6 a.m. today and reached Dhaka at 9:45 a.m. at Kamlapur railway station. Railways advisor Muhammad Faizul Kabir Khan inaugurated the service at Kamlapur railway station. Railway sources said the new route via the Podda Bridge will cut travel time to just under 4 hours, reducing 231 kilometers from Dhaka to Khulna. Train journeys in the region will now become faster and more efficient in view of the launch of 2 passenger trains, the Jahanabad Express on Khulna-Dhaka-Khulna route and the Ruposhi-Bangla Express on Benapol-Dhaka-Benapol route. The trains will operate 6 days a week with a weekly break on Monday. The ousted Awami League government used the Anti-Corruption Commission (ACC) as a tool to eliminate its political opponents in the past 15 years. As a result, the organization turned into a tiger with no claws and teeth, said Dr. Iftekharuzzaman, chief of the ACC Reform Commission. The ACC Reform Commission chief also said political influence, nepotism and red tapism are the main hurdles in the independent journey of the Anti-Corruption Commission. Dr. Iftekharuzzaman also said that the ACC has to be kept free from the influence of the government. The ACC turned into a submissive organization of the government during the rule of the ousted Awami League. The Reform Commission will recommend appointments without political influence to the Anti-Corruption Commission, Dr. Iftekharuzzaman added. The Anti-Corruption Commission was established in 2004. In its 20-year journey, it couldn't fulfill expectations of the people. Bangladesh television is going to celebrate Silver Jubilee of its journey tomorrow. BTV, the first television in Bangla language in the world, kicked off its journey in Dhaka on December 25 in 1964. In its 60 years journey, this government-run television is a landmark in the history of the country's mass media. This channel has been the flagship of Bangladesh's language and culture. It played a pivotal role in spreading modern thoughts and promoting cultural vibes among the people of the country through its programs, including dramas. BTV wants to go ahead with the aspiration of its viewers. The television channel began its journey at the ground floor of the then DIT building of Dhaka on 25th of December in 1964. At the beginning, it was named as BTV Dhaka Center. After independence, it was named as Bangladesh Television. On the 9th of February in 1975, the BTV was shifted to its own building at Rampura from DIT Bhavan. With the help of late President Ziaur Rahman, Bangladesh Television started telecasting as a full-fledged first-color television channel in South Asia. As the time passed, BTV played an important role in building the cultural mindset of the people. Bangladesh Television produced a famous children and juvenile program titled Notun Kuri. The Bangladesh Television reached its peak during 80s and 90s through telecasting various amusement and documentary programs. However, the Bangladesh Television lost its uniqueness due to the influence of fascist regime. After the fall of the fascist Sheikh Hasina government on August 5, BTV was freed from Awami League's influence and started its new journey through telecasting factual news and people-oriented programs. To cope with the time and to ensure flow of information at doorsteps of the people, the government is planning to launch a news-based separate channel, says BTV Authority. Investigation committee finds massive irregularities and corruption in ICT sector during the tenure of fascist Sheikh Hasina. According to the investigation committee, there is still opportunity to save about 7,000 crore taka. Secretary ICT Division Shishir Haidar Chowdhury informed this at a press briefing at ICT Tower in the capital today. He further said that this probe report would not be kept in files only, rather initiative will be taken for reform in this sector as per the recommendations of the report. Policy advisor of ICT Division Faiz Ahmed Tayyub informed that transparency and accountability will be ensured through reducing wastage and mismanagement. Pollock maintained supremacy in the social media through sweet words and tall talks of development. The former state minister gave facilities to relatives and his followers in the name of taking up projects. In this way, he and his followers have become rich, taking undue advantage in the last 15 years, and Hasina's son Shajib Wajid Joy supported him politically. Meanwhile, the new interim government established after the mass uprising has taken initiatives to stop mega corruption and misuse in the sector. In this regard, a 13-member probe committee has been formed. The committee report found irregularities and corruption in 21 projects under ICT department and its associate organization. In this regard, the ICT secretary informed that the projects in which irregularity have been found would be limited, and if needed, the agreement may even be cancelled. The ICT secretary Sheikh Chaudhry further said that those who are involved in irregularity in ICT department purchase will be found out and action would be taken against them. Faiz Ahmed Toyob ICT Division submitted the investigation report to the ICT advisor Nahid Islam on Sunday. Sources said that in the last 15 years, 65,000 crore taka was spent. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Advisor Sayyida Rizwana Hassan has said that forest recovery operations will continue despite all kinds of resistance. She said this at a seminar titled Challenges in Planning and Implementing Carbon Emission Reductions from Agriculture, Forestry and Other Land Use under Bangladesh's NDC held in Dhaka today. She urged individuals to adopt energy-efficient practices to combat climate change. The seminar was chaired by Chairperson of Association for Land Reform and Development, Khushi Kabir. Fellow at the Bangladesh Center for Advanced Studies, Dr. Dijan Mullik, presented the keynote paper. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Muhammad Nahid Islam said that the government expects responsible role from the journalist in carrying the right information to the people in right time. The advisor described the role of journalists as very important in the current perspective. Muhammad Nahid Islam was exchanging views with a delegation of the Dhaka Sub-Editors Council at the Secretariat this afternoon. Stressing on publishing factual news in the mass media, the advisor said that facts of the information must be checked before disseminating. Mentioning that checking rumor and misinformation are big challenges, he said that the sub-editor's role is very important to verify the challenge. The advisor called upon the sub-editors to be more responsible regarding news editing. Nahid Islam informed that the government has already formed a Mass Media Reform Commission to ensure a strong mass media. The advisor urged the sub-editors to submit specific reform proposals to the Mass Media Reform Commission. The government will take necessary measures to implement wage board award for the journalist, he added. Moving on to international news. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz admitted for the first time publicly to Israel's colleague of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Iran in July, further risking tensions between Tehran and its arch enemy Israel in a region shaken by Israel's war in Gaza and the conflict in Lebanon. In late July, the political leader of the Palestinian Islamist group Hamas was killed in Tehran in an assassination blamed on Israel by Iranian authorities. There was no direct claim of responsibility by Israel for the killing of Haniyeh at the time. Meanwhile, Gaza's Civil Defense Agency said on Sunday that Israeli strikes killed at least 58 Palestinians across the territory more than 14 months into the Israel-Hamas war. The violence came even as a Palestinian group involved in the fighting said a ceasefire deal was closer than ever. More than 25,000 Syrians have returned home from Turkey since Bashar al-Assad was overthrown by Islamist-led HTS rebels, Turkey's Interior Minister said Tuesday. Turkey is home to nearly 3 million refugees who fled the civil war that broke out in 2011 and whose presence has been an issue for President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's government. The number of people returning to Syria in the last 15 days has exceeded 25,000. Ali Yerlikaya told the official Anadolu news agency. Ankara is in close touch with Syria's new leaders and now focusing on the voluntary return of Syrian refugees, hoping the shift in power in Damascus will allow many of them to return home. Yerlikaya said a migration office would be established in the Turkish embassy and consulate in Damascus and Aleppo so that the records of returning Syrians could be kept. Turkey reopened its embassy in Damascus nearly a week after Assad was toppled by forces backed by Ankara and 12 years after the diplomatic outpost was shuttered early in Syria's civil war. A powerful blast today ripped through an explosive plant in northwest Turkey, killing 12 people and injuring 4 others, officials said. Footage showed shards of glass and metal scattered outside the plant where ambulance stood by. According to initial reports, 12 employees died and 4 were taken to hospital with injuries as a result of the explosion, local Governor Ismail Ustaoglu said. Officials said the wounded were not in a serious condition. The blast took place at 8:25 in the morning local time at a section of the plant, which local officials said collapsed by the force of the explosion. Interior Minister Ali Yerlikaya said the cause was not immediately known and authorities ruled out sabotage. President-elect Donald Trump appears to be entertaining an American territorial expansion that, if he is serious, would rival the Louisiana Purchase or the deal that netted Alaska from Russia. In the past week, he has taunted Canadian officials by suggesting the U.S. could absorb its northern neighbor and make it the 51st state. He threatened to take over the Panama Canal, the U.S.-made waterway controlled for a quarter-century by its Central American namesake. And on Sunday, he resurfaced his first-term desire to obtain Greenland, a Danish territory he has long eyed. With Trump, the differences between serious policy proposals and rhetorical flourishes intended to stoke media attention or energize his base are not always clear. At other times, his provocations have appeared to be the opening salvos in his attempts at deal-making. Still, the suggestions are strikingly similar in their focus on expanding the United States' footprint abroad. Bill Clinton, the former U.S. president who has faced a series of health issues over the years, was admitted to hospital Monday in Washington after developing a fever, his office said today. Clinton was previously hospitalized for 5 nights in October 2021 due to a blood infection. In 2004, at age of 58, he underwent a quadruple bypass operation after doctors found signs of extensive heart disease. He had stents implanted in his coronary artery 6 years later. Clinton's health last made headlines in November 2022 when he tested positive for COVID-19. Clinton, who led the United States for 2 presidential terms from 1993 to 2001, is the second youngest living U.S. president after 63-year-old Barack Obama. The International Crimes Tribunal (ICT) today issued arrest warrants against former Dhaka 19 lawmaker Saiful Islam and 4 police officials in connection with crimes against humanity and genocide in Savar on 5th of August last. A 3-member tribunal led by ICT chairman Muhammad Ghulam Murtaza Mojumdar passed the order. Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam stood for the prosecution. The Chief Prosecutor later informed reporters that former lawmaker Saiful Islam was implicated in the burning of 6 students' bodies following their killings on 5th of August. Chief Advisor's Press Secretary Shafiqul Alam has said the interim government wants to build deep relationship with China. He said this at the inaugural program of Bangladesh-China Apon Media Club in the capital today. China Media Club organized the function at the National Press Club. Addressing the program, Chinese Ambassador Yao Wen said that media is not only a tool for the information dissemination, rather it plays a role in strengthening mutual trust in the process of enhancing relations between the 2 countries. Later, a memorandum of understanding was signed between Apon Media Club and National Press Club, Bangladesh Senior Journalist Association and Bangladesh Photo Journalist Association. Moving on to news on weather. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said weather may remain mainly dry with a temporary partly cloudy sky over the country, having chances of light rain or drizzle at one or two places over Khulna and Borishal divisions. Light to moderate fog may occur at places over the country during midnight till morning. Night temperature may rise slightly over the country. Day temperature may fall slightly over Khulna, Borishal and Chattogram divisions, and it may remain nearly unchanged elsewhere over the country, said the Met Office. Moving on to news on sports. Rangpur division clinched the National Cricket League T20 tournament title, beating Dhaka Metro by 5 wickets today. Batting first after losing the toss, Dhaka Metro were all out for just 62 runs in 16 overs, 3 balls at Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. In reply, Rangpur division reached the victory target in 11 overs, 2 balls for 5 wickets. Metro became the first team to be bowled out for less than 100 in the final of any recognized T20 tournament in Bangladesh. Earlier in the 2016 BPL final, Rajshahi Kings were all out for 103 runs against Dhaka Dynamites. Muqidul Islam Mugdho of Rangpur was adjudged the man of the match. Dhaka Metro's Abu Haidar Rani was adjudged the best player of the tournament. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Proposal for establishment of July Mass Revolution Memorial Museum at the Gana Bhavan approved at the meeting of Council of Advisors. Decision also taken to give promotions to deprived officials. Chief Advisor exchanges greetings with representatives of Christian community on the occasion of Christmas, urging all to embrace the message of peace of their respective religions. Bangladesh may urge India if it delays in responding to the letter seeking extradition of Sheikh Hasina, says Foreign Ministry spokesperson. Investigation committee finds widespread irregularities and corruption in information technology sector during fascist Hasina's tenure. About 7,000 crore taka can be saved if initiatives are taken. Tomorrow marks the Diamond Jubilee of Bangladesh television and glorious 60th anniversary of the first television broadcast in Bengali language. Audiences expect BTV to move forward with the spirit of July Revolution. Direct train service on Dhaka-Khulna-Dhaka route begins, reducing the distance between Dhaka and Khulna by 231 kilometers. Netanyahu admits to killing Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh as Israel brutality continues amid ceasefire talks. And Rangpur division win National Cricket League T20 title, beating Dhaka Metro by 5 wickets. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 p.m. Bangla News. Until then.